How to make more contacts per hour so you can set more appointments, take more listings, and sell more homes in less time. Hey there, Chadi Bazzi here. Welcome to another top listing agent training where every single week we release new videos showing you how to become a top listing agent. If you're new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button right now and the bell notification so you never miss an episode. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you very much for yet watching another video. Today, what we're gonna talk about is how to speak to more people in less time, how to get more contacts in 1 hour. And the reason I wanted to do this training is because in a previous video, which we're gonna link right here and in the description, we showed you exactly what it takes to take one listing every single week. And yes, we did talk about you picking up the phone and making phone calls. And a lot of people have been messaging me saying, hey, it's taken me forever to speak to the amount of people that you, Chadi, want me to speak to. So I got to thinking, how did I used to do? How did I used to average 10, 15 contacts each and every single hour? And even in a previous training that we did in Listings on Demand, where one of my clients was like, hey, I can only average 5, 6 contacts an hour. And I said, hey, give me your leads. I'm gonna call on your leads. And I actually did that live for like an hour and I made like 14 contacts in that 1 hour. Another person did the same exact thing in our training and I said, hey, give me your leads. I'm gonna call as if I'm one of your team members and I'm gonna make the calls for you. And in that 1 hour, I ended up making 17 contacts an hour. Yeah, that's beyond typical average. What you're shooting for is somewhere between 10 to 12 contacts per hour. So if you're doing 25, 30 contacts a day, you should be done in 2.5, 3 hours maximum. And if it's taking you more than that, then pay attention to what it is that we're going to talk about today, as it will make a huge difference for you. So here's what I put down right here. The first point I put down, I said the success of your real estate business is dependent on the amount of conversations that you're having every single day. Put down more people plus better conversations equals more closings, okay? It's not a numbers game, because one of the things that I put in here is better conversations. But if you're not talking to enough people, then you minimize your odds of doing the amount of transactions that you want to be doing. So the first thing that I want you to do as you begin your prospecting every single day to maximize the amount of people that you speak to in 1 hour is step number one, have all your numbers ready. All the numbers of all the people that you want to talk to must be ready prior to you making that first contact. Because what happens with a lot of people, they're sitting there and they're like, okay, well, they're 30 minutes into making phone calls, and then they're like, who do I call next? Which list do I go to? Etc. Look, preparation is key. If you want to become more effective, if you want to become more efficient, then have your list of numbers ready. If you want to talk to 30 people in a day, then you should have a list of about 200-300 people that you could actually dial to get to that number of contacts that you need to be making every single day. So being ready, having your list ready is step number one. Step number two, what I want you to do as you're making your calls is I want you to focus on speed. Focus on speed. Speed of implementation, you've picked up the phone. Speed meaning how fast can you get somebody on the phone? How fast can you get somebody on the phone is gonna dictate how many people you speak to. And not only that, when you get somebody on the phone, how fast can you get to the next contact? Meaning what you got to do is do the following. Step number one is dial faster. Like dial faster. And if you're using your cell phone, make sure that all distractions are turned off, all notifications are turned off, and you're just like on the dial screen. I would prefer that you actually use just a regular landline kind of phone where you can just punch numbers, because it's a lot easier and a lot faster than it is punching numbers on your phone. Or what you can do is you can use an auto dialer. Okay, an auto dialer, you can get a single auto dialer, you can get double lines, you can get 3 lines. 3 lines is the one that I recommend. That means there's 3 lines. 3 numbers are being dialed at the same time till somebody picks up. Meaning there is less of a gap between conversation 1, conversation 2, conversation 3, and so forth. Do we make any recommendations for you as to which dialer you should be using? We'll go ahead and link something in the descriptions down below this video. and or you could just ask in the comments and we'll make a recommendation for you as well too. The third tip that I have on speed is let the phone only ring 3 times. 3 times. Look, most people that you're calling, you're not calling them on a landline to where they hear the phone ringing on the other side of the house and they need to walk to it, etc. Most people that you're calling, they have their device right there in their hand. From the first ring, they're already deciding whether they want to answer your phone or not. Okay, so let the phone ring 3 times and then hang up. Do not leave any messages unless you're calling past clients and or centers of influence and or doing a lead follow-up call. That's a whole different conversation. But if you're just using the phones to generate leads and set appointments, then no messages. You and I both know, and most of us have tracked this, is the majority of the people that we leave a message to, like literally 99%. If you leave 100 messages right now, maybe you should test this out for yourself to get more clarity and evidence on this. Leave 100 messages and see how many people call you back from 100 that you leave behind. Maybe 1 or 2, and you'd be like, oh, people call me back. Then you leave another 100, you get another 2. So all of a sudden you left 200 messages, you got 4 people that called you back. How many people are going to have to call you back in order for you to turn that into a lead, into an appointment, into a contract, etc.? We're talking about thousands of messages that you could leave. By the way, you can set your auto dialer to go ahead and voicemail drop on your behalf, and that right there is going to cause you to become way more efficient and talk to more people in less time. The next thing I want you to do is focus on quality. Okay. The reason I wanted to bring that point up is because we said focus on speed, talk to more people. That doesn't necessarily mean, get people off the phone right away. Look, some people you're going to have to connect with them for 1 minute. Some are going to be a 5-minute conversation. Some are going to be a 15-minute conversation. Some are going to be maybe even a 20-minute conversation. If a 20-minute conversation is going to turn into a transaction and that is going to lower the amount of people that you speak to in 1 hour, that is okay, because that's exactly why we're dialing so many people, to find that one person that wants to have a quality conversation with us. Therefore, we got to have better quality conversations. My whole entire mentality around prospecting, it's not just to generate an appointment. Every single day, all I want to do is I want to create one good connection. I want to open up one new relationship. I'm playing the long-term game. I'm not just playing the game, talking to people to see if they want to do something right now, and if they don't, I'm out the door. There's people that I'm going to talk to today that are going to do something in a week, in a month, maybe even in a year. And during that 1 year, as I build that relationship, they could lead me to a transaction with one of their family members or one of their friends or their neighbors prior to them ever transacting with me. So focus on quality conversations. The next step is stay on script. My script, somebody else's script, your script, I don't care what script, just have a framework. I believe in a framework is more important than a script. Have a framework of like, where do I begin my conversation? How do I begin my conversation? How do I segue the conversation to identify what do they want? Why do they want it? What will happen when they get it? What will happen if they can't get it? What is their motivation? Are they motivated, etc.? If you're not using a format, then they're asking you questions and they're controlling the conversation and you're all over the place. A good script is a script with a bunch of questions on it. Questions that lead the conversation in a very detailed way to reach a conclusion. By the way, there's another video that we are going to link right here and in the bottom on how to have better conversations. Okay, so stay on script. The next thing, look, even me, I'm doing this video and I'm going like this and I'm going like this. As you can see in the video, I'm either taking notes on what I'm saying or taking notes on what I want to say next, etc. When you're making phone calls, what I want you to do, okay, is have a simple note-taking system. Simple note-taking system, because a lot of people, what they do is like, they're sitting down and they're filling out a whole entire sheet. And then after that, they want to transcribe the sheet and do all that stuff. Look, simple note-taking system looks like this. 3x5 cards, they're very, very inexpensive. Go buy yourself 1,000 of those. As soon as you get somebody on the line and you're having a conversation with them, easy. Put name, put all detailed notes, etc. At the end of the conversation, you're gonna do one of two things. You're either gonna take that card and you're gonna rip it up and put it in the trash because that conversation went nowhere, or you're gonna take that card and you're gonna put it to the right, because when you put it to the right, you're gonna come back to it later on and put it either in your appointment book or go ahead and put it in your database for follow-up, etc. So every single day you'll have less cards to enter into your computer CRM and all that good stuff. That is the simplest method to do it. And why do I want you to do it that way? Because most people, they get off the call with somebody and then they're typing it into the CRM and they're doing this and they're doing that, and while they're doing this and while they're doing that, they're getting a notification on their computer, and all of a sudden 15 minutes later, like, oh, I got to get back to prospecting. Well, guess what? Not only did you waste 15 minutes, but you killed the momentum that you were working so hard on developing to get into that state of flow. So simple note-taking system. And then what I want you to do is be 100% laser focused. 100% laser focus is the next step. It's the next strategy. It's the next point. Be 100% laser focused. What should you be focused on? Only focus on prospecting and talking to people. Dialing and talking, that's the focus. Dialing and talking, dialing and talking, dialing and talking, nothing else in between. If you are like super ADD and want to do something else in between, like me, here's what I used to do when I would be prospecting. I'd have a blank sheet of paper right next to me. As the phone is dialing, I'm writing down, I take a listing today, I take a listing today, I take a listing today. I'm writing out affirmations. So the only thing that's going through my mind is something positive, something convincing me that the activity that I am participating in right now is an activity that is going to lead to that which I am affirming. Try that, by the way. Next thing I want you to do to maintain laser focus, delete all distractions. Delete all distractions. Delete all distractions. I can't say that enough. Delete all distractions. Look, we already know what distracting things are around us. Get rid of them. We already know the distracting people around us. Have a conversation with them. Okay? If something distracts you, it's because you allowed that distraction to take place. Okay? Turn off all notifications. Phone turned off. Okay? Or set on airplane mode or silenced. Anything that can ding and take your attention somewhere, like emails and voicemails and all that stuff, turn them off just for the time that you are doing your prospecting session. Final point in this training is be courageous. Be courageous. Look, the hardest step is always the first step. And you and I both know many times in your life, there's something that you did not want to do or was hard to take that first step. Once you took that first step, you were entering into flow. And as you go into flow, you always say to yourself, I'm glad I ended up pushing myself to do this. And be unattached. Do not be attached to the outcome. This is a process. Trust the process and do the work, and you will get the results. Again, if you're not already subscribed to this channel, I want you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Hit the bell notification button right next to that so you could be notified each and every time we give you a brand new training. Thank you for your watching. Go out there and let me know in the comments below, how many contacts were you making prior to putting these ideas into place, and how many contacts are you making now that you actually implemented this? Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.